Hello and welcome to the July 2015 MTFR monthly update. As usual, we'd like to start by welcoming new members into the MTFR system. This month we have 3 new volunteer members, all participating in the duty crew program and all riding out of Station 204. Mike Roth, who is a former duty crew member from approximately 10 years ago, has come back into the system. Mike is from Spring Township in Berks County. We'd like to welcome Samuel Stoltzfus to our duty crew program at 204. Samuel currently rides as an active member at the Robert Fulton Fire Company in southern Lancaster County. And we'd also like to welcome Danny Mayerski. Danny will be participating as a new member with no training, who is looking forward to getting her fire and EMT training here in our system. We'd also like to welcome a new live-in to our system. Brad Gardner is riding as a live-in at Station 204, and he comes to us from the Myerstown Fire Company in Lebanon County. For this month, we also have a new career addition. Chad Eshelman has been hired as a part-time firefighter EMT in our system to replace a part-time member that has left us, and we'd also like to welcome back Pete Jacobs, former career part-time firefighter who is now also back in the system. Apparatus news for this month, we would like to report that our structural engines are on their yearly rotation of state inspection and pump testing going on at the local Pierce dealership. So 1 pumper per week for the next 4 weeks. We'll go over and go through that process. And then once all 4 are complete, we will be making our quarterly rotation of engines. So if you have any issues that have not been reported to the fleet email, please do so before those units go for state inspection. We'd also like to touch on a slight maintenance issue that we had on one of the pumpers. On our flip-down steps along the pump panel side, someone inadvertently stepped off of the step onto the pump throttle knob and damaged that knob on the pump throttle. So just a word of caution when you're using those flip-down steps and you need to get to the area above the pump panel to retrieve any kind of portable equipment, please make sure that you're careful going up and down those steps so that we don't damage any equipment off the pump panel. Hose testing is not yet scheduled for this year. Typically we do that in August. The vendor that we had been using is no longer in business, so we are now searching for a new hose and ladder testing agency, and we hope to still try and get that done in August or early September. Also, one final note we had mentioned before, and a lot of folks have given us input on changing our 400-foot leader line off the rear step of the blue structural engines. That process is finished. As I reported last month, the officers are reviewing the videos, and we believe we have a compromise in mind on how we're going to change that load coming off the rear step, so that will come out in the next few weeks, and then we'll conduct some training on that. Public education for this month, just a note that on August 22 and 23, our airport days at the Lancaster Airport, in the stations there are sign-up sheets posted for that, so we do need some assistance on 22-23 August to help staff the LCFA smoke trailer, and we'll also be assisting the crash crew at the airport with a standby engine company, so there will be sign-up sheets for that as well as we get a little bit closer to time. Pre-fire survey notes for this month's update. The Fern Lane subdivision project is now underway. We would like to point out to everyone where that is and what's going on. This is the Fern Lane subdivision off of Petersburg Road, just west of Weaver. The subdivision has 1 single entry point. It will be a cul-de-sac with 10 to 11 large single-family homes. As you can see, the first foundation for the first home has already been poured, and the home will be under construction shortly. Again, this is a cul-de-sac with only 1 entry point. So from an operational perspective, please keep in mind 1 access way only into this subdivision. Notes for this month, as we're getting into the month of August, we are about 12 weeks away from our 2 scheduled structural burn dates this year, so we are November 14 and 15. We'll be back at the Berks County Fire Academy in Reading doing structural burns in their Class A facility. Those sign-up sheets will be forthcoming probably later this month or early September. We just want to make sure everyone gets those dates on their radar screen. Again, 14-15 November. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. As we've done previously at the Berks Academy, we will be taking all the structural engines, and perhaps this year the truck company as well, so there'll be plenty of slots for all of our members. We'd encourage you to sign up for 1 day out of the weekend. So again, 14-15 November. There are also some other training announcements that have come out via email in the last few weeks from Captain Bezick, and some of those announcements are posted on the board. There are quite a few training opportunities with some national instructors coming up in September, October, and November. Some of those have registration deadlines, so please make sure you're checking those emails that are coming out from the captain, and make sure you check on your board in your station to sign up if you need to take or would like to take any of those classes. We're going to end this month. Employee Assistance Program is now up and running. There was a presentation a few weeks ago that unfortunately was not very well attended by our volunteer membership. That Employee Assistance Program is in place for you, the volunteer. The new program is township-wide. It's exactly the same in all 3 stations, and it comes with some incredible benefits, not just for you, but for your significant others, your spouses, your children, and it is not just for counseling or that type of assistance. There's financial counseling, financial assistance, college aid, if you have college-age children that are getting ready to transition from high school to college. So there are all kinds of benefits with that new EAP program that we never had access to before. There will be a mailing that will go out, a hard mailing that will come to your residential address that is for both you and significant others living in your home. So please review that information. Any questions on that EAP can be directed to Deputy Chief Borey, but I encourage you to make sure you're familiar with that program and the benefits that we are providing for you. The volunteers in our system are extremely critical to the success of this system, so we want to make sure you're well taken care of. And a final note again on communication. We had a few miscommunications here in the month of July. Just a reminder that communication is a two-way street. If you are a member in the MTFR system, whether volunteer or career, as we always say, our door's always open. If you have a question on anything and you don't understand something, or you're just looking for more information, please pick up the phone, call us, stop by our office at the Eden Station on New Holland Pike, or send us an email. We want to make sure that you are able to communicate with us just as we are trying to communicate with you. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Have a good month, and we'll see you next month.